Hi, my name is Ginger Berg, and I am passionate about service and relationships. In my professional life, I absolutely love math and find it beautiful. And that is why I am a high school math teacher. And community is very important to my family and I. So I teach in the district that I live in and that my children attend, which is Mulvane, Kansas. In my personal life, my family is my first priority, which helps explain why I am currently the mother of six. I do love sharing about my family's unique story, which is why I wrote a children's book about it. So, my family is made up of biological children we adopted out of foster care, and this school year we have an exchange student. So I love sharing about my unique family with others, so I wrote a book about it. So now let's look at our resource analysis. So these resources were all about strategies to develop a supportive school culture in order to benefit the staff and then the students. The reason this is important was given in a study by Garland et al. In 2020, is that 1 in 5 staff reported that work never positively impacted their well-being, and 75% reported that their school does not monitor their well-being. So there's obviously a huge need here. Some solutions that this article gave are to form a well-being team and have that team develop an action plan. And in that action plan, some of the options they had were to extend services needed, such as having a yoga class or other classes where you come together to help each other. They can also communicate available resources that are already in the community, making sure staff and even students know about resources that are available, and to create opportunities for connection within the staff. Because the more connected and the more a team the staff are, the more likely that their work environment will impact their well-being positively. Torres and Cristones in 2013 gave the following ideas to help retain staff, which of course would create a better school culture when there's not a lot of turnaround. They said that you should encourage involvement in extracurricular activities. Once again, it's that increasing the culture of community that impacts retention and well-being. They also recommended having mentor programs for new teachers. And since a lot of our teachers coming into the profession right now are actually not already past their state testing, they think that having a state prep or a test prepped for their state test, having support for that would be very important. When they're doing transition to training and other programs like that, having things in place to help them get ready and pass their state tests would be really vital to retaining those teachers. And just having relevant and proactive professional development, making sure we're teaching them stuff before they're failing, but making it relevant and something that they need and will benefit from. Guyad et al. In 2019 found that supervisors are very important in the school culture. Not only are they in a key position to create culture that's going to support the staff's mental health, them having the confidence just to talk about mental health with the staff is a huge predictor to changing behaviors. They also found that mental health training, whether it's online or in person, increases the supervisor's confidence to talk about mental health to staff. And so having this training for supervisors and school leaders is a great way to improve school culture. Gahil in 2017 gives this advice: ask your staff what they need. So if you're trying to improve school culture, ask the staff, what's wrong with this current school culture? How do you feel unsupported? What do you need? And being transparent, making sure the staff feel like they can trust you and not always be looking for an ulterior motive. Work as a team. Once again, community collaboration is very important in a positive school culture. And they even recommend having situations to practice mindfulness. as a way to support school culture and staff well-being. The National Association of Secondary School Principals in 2019 recommends these strategies to develop a supportive school culture. Make sure you're giving the support in areas that have been identified as needed. And the best way is to identify these needed areas is to have evaluation tools with appropriate measurements that are set up to point out these needed areas so you can address them. And then along with that is to give sustained, not just one-day trainings, but sustained and prolonged professional development that's targeted in these needed areas that are pointed out using these evaluation tools. So my standard correlation, my submission for this module correlates to standard 7.2 because I discuss strategies given in the resources that are geared toward developing a culture designed to promote teacher retention and their well-being. The ideas in the resources, if implemented, will increase teacher retention and well-being, which then increases student well-being, as well as helping the staff be open to learning and improving in an environment that is safe and supportive. The assignment was relevant to my current learning as it contained resources with ideas and strategies that can be implemented when supervising staff to improve their well-being. This assignment agreed with and improved my understanding of creating a healthy school culture that improves the staff's experience. These strategies directly support the well-being of the staff, which then will affect the well-being of the students in the school. The concept that I have witnessed as an educator is the importance of sustained professional development instead of random 1 to 2 day trainings. When we have ongoing training and support, we as a staff are able to learn and apply the strategies much more effectively. The strategies provided in these resources have made me better equipped to create a culture that will benefit my staff and therefore my students when I become a school leader. Although I had many similar ideas as these resources, there were strategies that I had never considered that I can now use as a future leader. One example is creating that well-being team. I had never thought of that. The 5 resources that were quoted and used are as given. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.